Is time travel possible?
We can definitely travel into the future by moving faster relative to everybody else. And then you'll come back less aged than those you left here on Earth.
I rather like the sound of that.
The tricky part comes if you want to go into the past. And that's really dangerous. It is so dangerous that Hawking was thinking to himself that there must be some law of physics we have yet to discover that prevents it. Because if you go back and prevent your parents from meeting each other, then you will never be born to go back in time to prevent your parents from meeting each other. So yeah, it might not be likely that we can do this, but there are equations in the general relativity that allow it, but a higher understanding of the universe might actually prevent it.
Set to get the cool flipping clock as a screensaver on your PC for completely free. First thing you have to do is fire up your web browser and go to flicklo.com. From there, click on the little picture and that'll take you to the download window. Here you can download it for Mac or Windows. I'm using Mac. Open up the installer and install the screensaver file. From there, make sure you have it selected as your screensaver. And that's it. Now you have the cool flipping clock as your screensaver on your computer.
I think the world could be a whole lot better than it currently is.
We need to collaborate. We need to listen.
We need to push boundaries.
We all got a part to play.
Now let's do the work.
Here we go.
We literally changed the ecosystem of the entire planet. Our job is to build the farms that unlock nutrition for everyone.
Hello.
In this century, we will be building the first general intelligence that will be smarter than humans.
We're about to battle rap a robot. What's that?
Why is science so complicated? People having access to this technology allows them to be the hope for themselves that nobody else could.
There's this massive surveillance program happening all around us.
Bitcoin gives people economic freedom.
I do think that one day space travel will be normal. Until that happens, I can't give up.
You have to be the answer. You have to be the change.
People are waking up to the possibility that at this moment in human history, one person really can do something amazing.
And it all starts with just saying, I believe in you.
Change happen!
The question is what kind of contribution we can give to the world, to the people around us, and to the future generations.
Should you go from the iPhone XR to the iPhone 14 Pro, which came out last year? Absolutely. Literally everything is getting majorly improved, especially the battery life. You don't know how bad you have it on your iPhone XR until you get a newer iPhone and you realize how much better the battery life is. So yes, that is literally the best reason to get it. I mean, obviously the other reasons are pretty good, like the camera quality, the screen. You're going from 720p LCD 60Hz screen to a 1080p 120Hz OLED screen, which is significantly better. So like I said, I mean, literally everything is getting majorly upgraded, but the main thing, in my personal opinion, I'd say is the battery life, for sure.
Planning on starting with, I think, 100 mammoths and putting them in this park in Siberia that they've been doing this experiment on as to what happens when you add megafauna back into the Arctic tundra.
They're using elephant DNA and mixing it with something else?
And so they're taking Indian elephants and they're using existing mammoth DNA and they're making an embryo and then they're implanting it into the Indian elephant, and 22 months later, she will give birth to a mammoth.
A real mammoth?
A real mammoth.
If you're looking to get a gaming PC, you pretty much have two options. You could build a PC like I did in 2019, or you can get a pre-built like I did this year. This is the Player 3 Prime by NZXT. So the thing that I like about pre-builds from NZXT is they're all tailored around gaming and your budget. And just because it's built for you doesn't mean it's any less capable. And the cool thing about buying a pre-built from NZXT is that they're covered by a 2-year warranty, which means if something goes wrong, you're not on the hook for it. And as I mentioned earlier, they're all tailored for gaming and what you need to do. So this is the Player 3 Prime, which comes with an i9 13900 and an RTX 4090, which means I'm gonna have zero problems playing any games or editing videos. So if you're looking for a gaming PC and you don't want to deal with the hassle of building one yourself and you want that 2-year warranty coverage, check out the pre-builds by NZXT by clicking the link in my bio.
Let's count down the 3 biggest stories in space news from this last week. ESA released the data from its Gaia Space Observatory this week, and it includes nearly 400 candidates for lensed quasars, extremely bright objects that could reveal clues into the earliest days of the universe. NASA shared the first images of its Bennu asteroid sample on October 11th. An early analysis of the material found water and carbon in it, suggesting that an ancient asteroid impact could have kickstarted life on Earth. On October 13th, the Psyche mission began its 6-year journey to the metal-rich asteroid 16 Psyche, which may be the partial core of an early planet. If so, studying it could give NASA a better understanding of how our planet formed 4.6 billion years ago. For more space news, follow the T-Minus newsletter you can find at freethink.com.
The most bizarre thing that Apple users tend to hate on Android users for is how their social media quality is. I mean, it makes sense because it's pretty bad, but it's not their fault. It's literally the app developers' fault for not optimizing Androids for their apps and only optimizing iPhones. But it also makes sense, but at the same time, it doesn't. I mean, Apple only makes like 7 phones a year max. I mean, obviously, it's like 4. But on the other hand, they could just stick with Samsung or stick with Google, for instance, who makes also 4 phones a year. So I don't really understand why they don't do that. They're just lazy. And, I mean, who uses a Pixel? Not that many people. They're good phones, but not that many people use a Pixel. And Samsungs, they have like 30 phones a year. So it also makes sense, but they can still do it. They can still do it.
You literally told them to make the Starship more pointy because of the movie Dictator.
Yep. It is too round on the top. It needs to be pointy. Round is not scary. Pointy is scary. This will put a smile on the faces of the enemy.
And they know it too. It's not like they haven't they're unaware of it. Everyone thought it would be funny if we made the rocket more pointy, so we did.
Did it have any effect on the aerodynamics?
No.
Nothing.
No, we can make it way blunter and be fine.
But is it better to be pointier? Or like if it wasn't for the
it's
movie?
Arguably slightly worse.